Hello and welcome back once again to Movie Reviews. Tonight I watched Kevin Hart's new comedy special, Let Me Explain. Basically it's a Kevin Hart comedy special. I was a little thrown off by the preview on this one because the preview was showing like behind the scenes documentary stuff mixed in with the comedy special. So I was really hoping it wasn't going to be one of those cut back and forth things because I just want to enjoy the comedy special or see the documentary. I hate when it cuts back and forth between both because he'll be like in the middle of a joke and you're just getting into it, and then cut. Okay, we're gonna be in the locker or in the dressing room now, and then back to the comedy, and then okay, now he's in some country, then he's back, and surprisingly that didn't happen in this one. First 10 minutes of the movie or so is the build-up type of thing. George Carlin used to do that a lot on his comedy specials. He'd have the lead-in where, I think there was one when he did Carnegie Hall or something where, or no, it wasn't, he was somewhere in New York or something, and he stopped in to some bar and asked, like, how to get over to the club or something, and then he got into the club and went out on stage. So Kevin Hart's was kind of like that. It was basically, he was at a club throwing a party for his upcoming or for something. I don't remember if it was for the special, but he was throwing a party for something, and then like everyone's kind of giving him crap at his own party. Then he calls his agent into the room. He's like, "Look, I'm gonna go over to wherever it was. Jeez, I can't even remember now. Madison Square Garden. Yeah." So he calls his manager into the room. He goes, "Look, I'm going to go over to Madison Square Garden. I'm going to explain everything, so set it up." And so then it's him going over there and all of his friends following him over. And then it cuts into the comedy special. And then it's the whole comedy special. It's only about an hour and a half, maybe, something like that. And then as the credits are rolling, it goes through all the documentary stuff as little, like, what do you call those? Like thumbnail caption type of screens where the credits are rolling, and then you have this small frame over here that's showing video, but the main focus is still the credits, and that's all the documentary stuff. So it's not a cut back and forth, it's just the lead in, the comedy special, and then during the credits you got all the bonus stuff. As far as the comedy special, some people in it were laughing at stuff that I just didn't find funny. For the most part, I chuckled at a few things. There was 2 or 3 jokes that he told that just made me actually start laughing out loud, to where I was actually laughing so hard I was starting to get tears in my eyes because I was laughing so hard. But it was only like, I want to say maybe 3 jokes. Definitely 2 of them that I can remember. There might have been a third one in there. But other than that, it was just kind of telling a story, haha, chuckle here, haha, chuckle there. Well, big joke, okay, back to a little bit of chuckle, a little bit of story, oh, big joke, okay, it's over. I'm not going to tell any of the jokes because it is worth watching just for those couple big jokes that actually made me laugh. So I don't want to spoil those if you haven't seen it yet. But overall, was it worth it just for those 3 jokes? Maybe not full ticket price. Maybe if you're like seeing it during the matinee time of day or something. But yeah, the other thing is it was kind of short. Like I said, it was only like an hour and a half total. So there was only like 45 minutes of the comedy special. The rest of it was all the lead-in and then the credits. So I would have liked it to have been a little bit longer, especially if it's a comedy special that's having a full theatrical release. It should be like a 2-hour thing, not 45 minutes of comedy. I mean, that's what you can do on like Comedy Central. You don't need a theatrical release for that. But overall, yeah, if it was on HBO or like, there's a lot of comedies that are on Netflix right now. If it was just like his new comedy special that had popped up in one of those and I'd watched it, I would have enjoyed it. But to go and pay full ticket price at a movie to see something that you can see on HBO or Comedy Central. I don't really feel that it was worth that. Maybe if it was matinee or something, you know, you save a little bit of money on your ticket, it might be worth it. But even then, that's kind of pushing it. As far as a star rating, probably go about a 3. Like I said, it had a few good jokes, a couple little chuckles. So as far as a comedy special, it was about middle of the road for me. As far as a movie, like a theatrical movie compared to some of the other stuff I saw, it would have ranked a lot lower, but I'm ranking it based solely on comedy specials. If I wanted to rank it on grounds of movies, it'd probably be like a 1.5, maybe a 2. So yeah, that's based solely on comedy. I'm going to put it about middle of the road, about a 3. It's kind of average for Kevin Hart. It's this type of stuff he does. But like I said, there were a couple good jokes in it. So yeah, that's really it for this one. There's not really much else to say about it unless I start telling you the jokes. Again, sorry these are kind of short, but there's really not a whole lot to say about this one. Anyway, not sure what I'm going to get around to seeing next. I got some new stuff opening up. Had a couple new things open up this week, along with Kevin Hart, so not sure which of them I'm going to get around to seeing first, but I'll get around to watching something. My cold's finally clearing up, so hopefully I'll be able to stay on top of these. Other than that, I'll be back eventually with something. Until then, again, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the movies.